Hello, it is me, J Prime. Welcome to another exciting episode of Spider Sprue. Today we'll be doing Pack 10 of Fanhome, Germany, Optimus Prime. These are stages 39 to 44. So without further ado, let's get building, transform, and roll out. Duke, it's the camera! Right, we haven't seen this for a while. So I did have this on pause for 3 months, I think. You know, things happen. So this was actually last year I paused this. And now I've got all the parts. To finish it off, there's all the magazines. So I'll still do it in packs, unless otherwise you guys might want me to do the whole lot in one go. Or more issues maybe, more stages. Comment below if you want more stages instead of just the standard 6. But today we'll just do 6 stages and find out what's going on. So without further ado, let's get building. Here's our parts. Oh, scissors. And the first thing it wants us to do is get this piece facing like that, or is it this piece? Oh no, it's this piece. We get this piece, and then we get this piece, and that will be going just in there. Well, if that one doesn't fit, it must be this one. And that's going to be secured on the other side by the IP screws. And so that is looking like that, and guess what? We'll do the other side. Again, it can only go in one way. Again with some IP screws. So that is looking like that. Then it wants us to get this piece. And this is where we're going to put these on. So that one will go on there like that. So it gives you an extra one just in case you mess it up. So what we need is the old water and slide. Why couldn't we do this earlier before we put these on? No idea. And also, why couldn't they just paint it on? They've done it for these bits over here. You know? Anyway, let's get some water. That's what we need. And back. So remember, the cake is a lie. Name that game. So what I'm going to do is cut around it. Cut around this. There is water in there, I promise you. I'll put that in there. Give it a good soak. We'll bring this in. This is going to go in there. I'm just going to slide that on there like so. Hopefully it's got enough water so I can slide it to where it wants to go. In fact, it goes on the top. Something like that anyway. So I'll leave that to dry. And then I'll do the same on the other side. And back. There you go. I'm not going to touch them. Looks okay, doesn't it? So I'm going to put that to the side. And this seems to be loose for some unknown reason. So I'll try and figure out why that's loose and then fix that up later. I'll put that over there. And that is the end of that. Oh, right there. This is what our product shop should look like. That's what it looks like, and that is the end of stage 39. Here's our parts. Oh, scissors. Oh, watch out for the cable. And the first thing it wants us to do, then we get this from the last stage, then we get this board, and then we get this piece, and that will be going in B. It's written on it there as well, like so. So that will be going in this direction, this way, and the B will just go through there like that, and then we secure that with an IP screw, but not too tight. It is a circuit board, don't want to be cleaning your soup. Just until you feel resistance. Once you feel resistance, that is enough. That's not going anywhere. That is through there. Once that is done, it wants it in this orientation like this, and that will be going, just sliding through there. Two holes, two tabs. That should just go in like that. And then what we just done on the other side, again, I don't know why that is loose or broken off. Need to fix that. And that will just slide in, facing that way, like that. And that's going to be secured. What's that going to be secured with? Experience screws, XP screws. I did try and put the cables in there already, and it just didn't work out very well. It was struggling. So that is looking like that, and once that is done, we get these pieces, and they will just go, make sure I get the right way around. (40A) and 40B. Yeah, once this one on this side, I'll just go on there. like so. And then this one will go on this side. Ah, well, that happened. Really? Okay. There you go. Fixed. Why is that loose? I don't get it. Okay. Just doesn't want to. Oh, there you go. That's better. Right. There you go. That is looking like that. So that's what our product shop should look like. That's what it looks like, and that is the end of stage 40. Here's our parts. Those scissors. This is taking longer than it should. I put IP screws in there for some unknown reason. I need to put FM screws on that side. I've got to do something with the radio screws. So the XP screws go in there, like we said, and the FM screws go in there, which I forgot to do. How many were you shouting at me? You forgot the radio screws. Yes, I did. I forgot the radio screws. They just go in there. I didn't even have to dip these. They go in really well. Okay, and the first thing it wants to do, because this build is all over the place. First the leg, then the body, and now the shoulder. Crazy. Right, the first thing it wants us to do is get this piece. It's metal, it's die cast by the way. And get this one. That will be going in. Which one will that be going? In that hole there. Push fit. Like so. And the two G's will be just going in there. The smaller ones. Again, friction fit. No D-shaped pattern or anything. It should just fit in nicely. So that is looking like that. Then we get this piece facing this way. And then this piece, and that will be going just in there. That is also, that's a D-shaped pattern, so you can't go wrong. That is looking like that. Once that is done, we get this piece, and that will be going in this side here. That is a D-shaped pattern. And that will go in that way like that. There you go, nice. Not going to come out. Excellent. And then once that is done, we get this bit and this bit on that side. Locating lug and two holes. That will just fit in there. Let's do it the correct way, please. Thank you. There you go. And that is going to be secured with the 2 CP screws. So that is looking like that. And then once that is done, so facing this way, that facing this way, that will go in there. And it wants the pin to go through just there. So the smooth in first. I keep slipping. Let's see. I'll find a hard surface. That's plastic. I need some metal. Okay, anyway, that will be going like that. That is like that on that side. That's what our product shot should look like. That's what it looks like, and that is the end of stage 41. Here's our part, so scissors. And the first thing it wants us to do is get this piece. I got it as much as I could in there, the pin from the last one. Is if this piece, that will be going in there. Like so. That's going to be secured with some FM radio screws. Then we'll put another 2 in here, looking like that. Once that's done, then we get the left shoulder outer barrel inner part, which was this piece. That'll be going that way round. Like so. Should be looking like that. That is going to be secured with some KP Kim Possible screws. Here, here, and here. Like so. Then we get this piece and this piece. That will be just going through there. Like that. All the way down. Like that, there you go. Then that will be going this way, just in there like that. And again, secured with some Kim Possible screws. So here, here, and here. And that is looking like that. That's what our product shot should look like. That's what it looks like. And that is the end of stage 42. Here's our part, so scissors. Now the first thing it wants us to do is get this piece and this piece, and that will be going. How would that be going? Okay, this position here, those two notches there will slide down in these crevices here, like that, like so. Then we put the gear bit in, like that. Then we put the washer, this time in those two crevices, like, ooh, oh no, and these crevices here, my apologies. If it wants to, of course. Oh no, okay, on these ones, I was correct. Wow. Oh, it wants us to glue that in. Okay, it wants us to glue that bit in. Dab, 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 dab. Okay, that goes like that. The picture says these go on there, but it didn't go on there. They fit nicely on that side. Doesn't make sense. Okay. Does it matter? Probably not. Anywho, once that is done, we need to put this. So we need this piece back. Put that there. That will go in there like that. Boing. Okay. And this will go in there. Then we get the Prime Minister screw and the washer to go through this springy part. Oh no. Is there a direction for it? Or can we move it later? Questions, questions, questions. This is where we need lots and lots of hands and fingers. So I'm going to do a pH 2 for this one. How many knew that was going to happen? Wow. Okay. Hopefully I've got this the right way. Looks the right way. It goes up and down. Okay, I'm happy with that. Anyone think that spring washer was a bit big? Look, squashed it. I'm not going to get that any tighter. Okay, that's not going to go any further than that. Okay, happy with that. And then once that is done, up there, get this piece, and that will be going in there. Yep, that go in there like that. So in that position there, that's going to be secured with an SP screw. There you go, little grub there and there. That goes up and down. That will turn with more things, and this will be going, where would that be going? So it wants us to glue these. That will just go on there. Oh no, the other way. That will just be glued on there. Dab, dab. And that is looking like that. That's what our product shop should look like. I'm very concerned about the pictures don't look like that. Not whatsoever. Weird. Anyway, that's what it looks like, sorta, and that is the end of stage 43. Here's our parts, so scissors. Okay, what are we going to do here then? Lots of fiddling. So we get this piece and we turn it over, and this will be just going in there like that. And that's going to be secured with some bum screws, BM screws. Let's put it right there, the first one. And we put another 2 in there. So that is looking like that. Once that is done, here we go. I need to put this piece in there. I'm going to put a dab of glue in there. I like to glue these in so they don't fall out. It doesn't tell us to do this, but I think it's better, in my opinion. So rigid ends facing outwards. That will just fit in nicely in there. There you go. And that's when we put this piece in, which facing that way. So that'll go in there. For tilting. Like so. Then we get the smaller screw. Just make sure I've got the correct ones. Did I say screw? I meant bolt. Oh no, it says screw here. Yeah, it's the smaller one. And that will be going in this way. Doesn't ask us to put washer in. That's why we got this. See if we can get it through at least. Oops, you can see that. Yep, I got it through. Surely I need to put the spring in there. Oh, very weird. Anyway, we just need to put that in there. Now, it did give us a spanner in 13. And the problem is I can't remember where I put the spanner. So hopefully this one will work. No, it doesn't. Typical. Oh no. What am I going to do? Oh no. Because After we do this, then we're going to attach it to this. Well, that seems to go on nicely without it. Just make sure it's tight enough. Let's try these old school. Okay, that looks okay. If it's loose, I'll try and tighten up later. Right, once that is done, okay, once that is done, we need now the smaller ones in there, also glued on with the ratchet bits facing upwards. Go in your home because it's normal, come on. There you go. Ah! Really? Okay, there's one. Wow. Not behaving itself. My own fault for putting too much glue, I think. That went in nice. Okay, so that's them in. I'll wait till they dry for a bit. Then we bring this across. And this will be going in there like that. Ah! And that came off. Okay, it's not dry yet, so I'll wait till that dries. Anyway, I'll just show you what it's supposed to do. So that'll go in there like that. Then the washers go in, the flat one and then the spring one, and then the bolt will go down this way, and then that, and then the self locking nut will go in that way. I think this is where everybody was having trouble with everything, so I'll wait till that dries. Don't make it easy for you, do you? Do they? Right, let's try it now. There you go. Fill the hole. So there's the hole. So spring, then flat. Do not give you much room here. Hopefully go through. Just move that a little bit. Get this and see if I can do what I've done last time. So get that all done. Like I said, once that is through, and then somehow I have to try and find a spanner or a wrench, as you guys across the pond say, to go in there, because I have no idea where I put the this one. So remember, always keep your tools in places, because I thought I kept it and I didn't. Anyway, get all that done, show you what it's like. And I'm back. There you go. Bought one of these, look. That worked. I took the washers off because to me that was a bit loose, but now it's nice and tight in my opinion. Right, what I should have done earlier is put this to there. So there's a little hole there and a little nub there. That should just fit in nicely there. Once that is done, so get all that nice and tight. Now the fun games. Like that. So put pins this piece, and this piece, and this piece. So what these are going to do is go in directional. They look the same, so, and a pin will be going through there. So all three. Go in that hole there. See if this will work. Yeah, of course that would do that. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Oh, okay, that worked. There, so that is looking like that. So I'll do the same for them. And back, there they are, looking like that. So then we get this back over. And right, let's see how that's going to go. You've got one on here. And that will go on there, so like that and like that. Then we got one on here like that, and that goes up the top there like that. If it wants to, of course. There you go, that goes in there, and then that goes in there like that. We turn it over, then there's a hole there and a knob there. So you're trying to not put pressure on here because that will break it. So anyway, that's what our product should look like. That's what it looks like, hopefully. Like I said, that is the end of that stage and that pack. Hopefully you like that. Now, I don't think this is available anymore. There again, it might be. Who knows? So down in the description below, I've put where to get it. Anyway, you know the drill. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And most of all, transform and roll out. Too close to the camera. And scene.